anniversary of the Iraq War. We just set up a bunch of tents so that we can stay here tonight. We're protesting the 7th year of this continued war in Iraq and Afghanistan and now also Pakistan. And there are a number of activists here from all over the country. And we've pitched our tents and we're planning on staying here overnight in our park. And I think if you can pan over to the Washington Monument right over here. Yeah. And also if you can show all the
Howdy folks, I'm sitting over here all nestled, warmed up. I'm sitting here watching over at Camp Out Now, and they're putting some tents up. It's a peaceful vigil. They're calling them tent vigils. They were told not to put tents up, but their lawyers say that they do have good case. But there's about a dozen tents up. People aren't going to be really sleeping in them, but geez, how you know, trying to stay awake all night's rough. I'm going to be here for as long as I can. It's going on, let's see, 11 o'clock now. Music is playing. There's about 50 people here. Like I say, about a dozen tents. It's been a real active day. Cindy Sheehan's in jail. 4 other people are still in jail. And the police haven't been down and around us for about 5 hours, but I don't know how long that can keep lasting. And I don't know to what extent they're going to push or pressure. I think they suspect that this might be happening. Anyway, Camp Out Now, 11 o'clock, about a dozen tents going up. And I'm sitting on the ground about 50 yards away from the Washington Mall. What's the name of your documentary, or how would we find more information?
The documentary is called Party in the Street, and you can go to www.melofilms.com, melofilms.com, and you can see more about the film there. But also, we own www.partyinthestreet.com, and we're working on that website now. We're not live yet, but we're hoping to be live in the next few months. And the film will be completed at the end of 2010. The film is about the anti-war movement and specifically surrounding the election in 2008.
And filmed mostly at where at?
I have to take this picture.
Where was it filmed at mostly?
The movie was filmed mostly in DC, but we also filmed in New York, in Chicago, and Atlanta, and a couple of other spots. We followed UFPJ, Answer, Code Pink, now Piece of the Action.
World Can't Wait.
World Can't Wait. Peace Action, among hundreds of other groups. The film has everybody, and I was literally 2 seconds away from getting Ralph Nader on camera today.
Oh.
I missed him.
I missed him.
His people were just hustling him around.
Oh, I got him just speaking to the group, basically.
Yeah, I got that too. We started filming in 2008 at the end of the primaries and right before the general election started, and we filmed through, I think it was June of 2008 through January of 2009, and then we spent 2009 cooling our heels, and now we're filming 2010 to see 1 year later what people feel about Obama and the war. We really framed it like Hillary lost the primaries due to her support of the war, and really Obama positioned himself as the anti-war candidate, and as a result, really the support he got bolstered from people who didn't want to be in the war anymore, both the anti-war movement and just the general population who were anti-war, but obviously not in the streets. Because if everyone who was against the war was in the street, there wouldn't be anywhere to drive for days. But that wasn't the case. So we followed basically the effect that the anti-war movement and grassroots organization in general has and had on the election and the election of Obama. And then now it's very interesting because a year has passed, and this is about people's perceptions of whether or not Obama has continued to hold his promise. You know, a year ago people were saying we're going to hold his feet to the fire, we're going to hold his feet to the fire, and now his feet are pretty much burned to a crisp because they've been at the fire for a year. And not only has the war not ended, but it's escalated in other areas. So I think there are a percentage of people who have just basically written him off, and there are a percentage of people who are still clinging to the hope that he's going to make it happen in the next year or so. We know that Guantanamo is still open, and we know that he's added more troops to Afghanistan. So
I think more people have been dying now that he's been in office than during even Bush, maybe.
But it's sort of like, you know, the way that I see it is Obama was given a car that was going 120 miles an hour, and he's been told to slow it down and stop it in a very short period of time, like let's say 30 feet. Like you just can't stop a car that's going 120 miles an hour in 30 feet. But maybe you can stop it in 130 feet. So I think there are a lot of people who think that maybe another year, because he's only been in office a year, and the momentum that was built up from the Bush years is 8 years of speed, if you could put it that way. So you just can't.
That's an optimistic outlook, but I don't know.
I'm just saying that because I think that a lot of people are hesitant to come out because anti-war activism and anti-war rallies have really diminished in number. And I think, you know, based on my colleagues' research, it's a lot of because a lot of the anti-war movement was aligned with the Democratic Party, and because there's now a Democrat in office, I think people are more hesitant because there's no villain, there's no threat. So he says, Michael Heaney, political science professor at the University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, says that and during his research he realized that because there's no threat, people don't see a perceived threat from from Obama like they did with Bush, they're not as compelled to protest in the streets. So the actual numbers of protesters is shrinking. Which is...
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
No, and I'm saying that's just a perception. Because if for a minute you take the focus away from the man and look at the office, one of the things that we've seen happen, predominantly with the start of the Bush regime, but even prior, is that the nature of the office has changed. The powers that the executive has managed to gather, I think it was Thomas Jefferson who used the analogy of a toolbox. The president inherits a toolbox. He changes the tools that are in there and sometimes even the size and shape of the toolbox, and then passes it on to the next president. And that's what we've seen. And the interesting thing about Obama, no matter what you may think of him, what your perception of him is, the toolbox that he received, guess what? He is using every tool, and he has not returned any tool, and he has not reduced the size of that toolbox.
Or replaced it, or whatever.
Yeah,
anything.
I agree.
And he holds all those additional powers that were given George Bush and then handed over to him.
Yeah, and I think it's heartbreaking for people who expected him to change out the tools, to use the analogy.
To the Patriot Act in particular, and the imperial, the idea of the imperial presidency that John Yoo offered, which he's inherited pretty much totalitarian rights as a wartime president. This should scare the crap out of anyone.
Yeah.
And the fact that no matter what he does with it, when his term of office is over, he's going to pass that on to the next person, whoever that is.
Obama needs some new tools.
Yeah.
No, he needs to diminish the tools that he has. We need to return the power back to the people.
Yeah.
Yes, we need to smash that toolbox.